Hey viewers, my name's Cara. Happy New Year. Happy new calendar year. I wanted to do a final video before the end of 2022 so that my first video of 2023 can be an edited project, new adventures in the future. But for tonight, I wanted to do something I don't normally do as a public video and do a somewhat guided meditation for you. Hekate is a deity that I have been working with my local community this past calendar year, and new calendar years, along with dark moon, new moon, beginning of the lunar cycle phase, is a time that is sacred to Hekate, that people traditionally honored Hekate. So I have designed a brief guided meditation on that theme, but it will not specifically name Hekate, so that if you are doing this meditation and another deity, or no deity at all, but a different entity, a different spirit, different energies appear for you, that is okay. So for anyone who hasn't done a meditation with me before in any other capacity, I will not be specifying exactly what you are going to see. It is left open so that you can have your own experience within a framework that I have created. There are some Hekate symbols in this, so it is still inspired by this being a Hekate time, but it is not specific to Hekate being named. So if you would like to make this part of a ritual, go ahead and do your sacred space creation as you normally would to prepare. Go ahead and pause this video to get ready in whatever way you would, and come back when you're all set. Now, to prepare for your journey, go ahead and get in a comfortable position for you. You can do this walking and moving around. You can do this seated, lying down, whatever works for you. Eyes open, eyes closed, as befits your meditation style. Go ahead and take a couple deep breaths, not forcing anything, but maybe just a little more mindful than your everyday breath. Preparing for the journey. And if you want to close your eyes, go ahead and let those flutter closed and begin to deepen into your space. On every breath, allow yourself to relax, to ground into your seat, to your body, to the floor, to the ground, wherever you may be. If you're moving, if you're still, grounding into your being, deepening into your body. Allowing your consciousness to relax, to go within, to set aside for the time all of those little nagging thoughts that tend to bother you when you start to do an exercise like this, knowing that the object is not to empty your mind or to have no thoughts, but to become present with what is here and now. Set aside those other things that are for later and just listen to my voice, allowing yourself to relax and deepen into this experience. And on every breath, you sink a little deeper, relax a little more, feel the tension release from those places in your body you haven't thought about in hours, maybe days, maybe weeks. The spaces at the back of your jaw, behind your ears, the back of your knees, the inside of your knees. All of those little places that you didn't even notice you were holding tension, let them go. And go deeper into the comforting darkness that in the northern hemisphere so much characterizes this time of year at the end of the calendar year. And in the southern hemisphere, we have in the dark of each night, even in the summer months. And as you deepen your awareness, you finally find yourself in your inner landscape on a path. Notice where you are. Maybe if you meditate frequently, this is a place you've been before. Maybe it's all new. Maybe this is the first time you're trying something like this and you have no idea what it's supposed to be. It isn't supposed to be anything. It is what it is. Notice what it is for you. You are on a path. Notice what surrounds you. If you can look down at the path, notice what the path is made of, what it looks like, what it feels like. Begin to move forward along that path, noticing as you do, what do you see? What do you hear along this path? What do you smell here in this inner landscape? What can you taste? What can you feel? Begin noticing as you move. And as you continue to move forward, after a short time, you approach a fork in the road. You stand at a three-way crossroads. The path you have just walked that led you to where you are now shows you where you've been. The two paths moving out from here show future possible paths. Observe. What do you notice here? Allowing your breath to continue to deepen this experience. What do you notice? What do you see, feel, hear, smell, taste? What do you know here in this space? Continue to breathe. Continue to relax. In the distance, you hear dogs. Where are they? What mood do you sense from them in their barking, in their baying? What does this tell you? Remembering to breathe through anything that is coming up. Allow the sounds of the dogs to move you forward along one of the new paths. Move the way that is proper for your reaction to the sound and where it is coming from. Breathe. Move forward. Notice as you go. How are you moving? How fast are you moving? How do you feel? What is driving you? Are you being pushed? Pulled? Something else? What is the quality of this movement in reaction to the dogs down this new path? Breathe. Ahead, you see a landmark illuminated by flickering torches. Allow yourself to move toward it. When you get to this landmark, observe. Notice. Where are you? What are you looking at? What is the landmark for you? Where is the light coming from? Continuing to breathe, continuing to relax as you observe. The path continues beyond this point. Can you see it? Or is it blocked from your view right now? Look around. See what you need to do to move past this point and continue moving forward, moving onward on this new path. Is there something you need to do here? Is there someone you need to speak to? An offering you need to give? What do you know here? Take some time to do what needs to be done. It may be simple, or it may be complicated. It may be more simple or more complicated than it initially appeared. Continuing to breathe, continuing to relax, noticing what is here. Can you accomplish the task now? Or do you need to make an agreement to come back to work on it more at another time? If you need to, make that agreement and prepare to move onward. Continuing to breathe. Beginning to remember your physical body and the place that your physical body is in. Knowing that you must now prepare to return there. Finish what you can, but make an agreement, if you need to come back and finish this work at a later time. The path that continues beyond this point is your path to the future, to the new year. The path you take from here is up to you. And this is where I must leave you. So begin to remember your body. That physical, earthly body that allows you to exist in the physical plane in this lifetime. Slowly remember your fingers, hands, toes, your feet. Begin to move them, wriggling them, stretching, beginning to move your arms, your legs, coming back to your physical body. Breathe in the energy of the new year. Know that you can return to continue this work when you wish. But for now, it is time to return. We are not walking back on the path from where we came. Think of this as a save point. Simply remember your body and come back to it. When you have returned to your body in the place where you have been, move, stretch, grab a sip of water if you need to, pat the edges of your body, remind yourself that it is here for you. Say your name out loud to yourself 3 times to come back. And as much as this part is no fun, it can help you come back to reality. Those things that you set down in order to make this journey, it might be time to go ahead and pick some of them back up and move on with the next thing in your day. Now you can leave them set aside for now. But those things that it is appropriate to pick back up, to come back to your body, to come back to your day, go ahead and do that. Take a deep breath. Say thank you to any of those guides, be they deities, other energies, other spirits, ancestors, anyone who, or that who. Anyone who may have appeared for you in this guided journey. Thank them. If you wish to make some notes for yourself so that you don't forget, so that you can remember the things that you experienced, go ahead and take some time to write those things down. Pay attention to everything. What did that path look like? What were your surroundings? What sort of environment were you in? Were there other people, animals, buildings, anything you can remember? And if you can't remember every detail, that's okay. That doesn't really matter. The work is still being done. But anything that you remember, anything you noticed, where were the dogs? Did it remind you of any dogs you actually know? Which way did you choose to move? If you want to, you can do this meditation again and decide to move down the other path when you came to the fork in the road. You can always go back to these places and do more work with them at a later time. Make some notes about what that landmark was for you, where the light was coming from, if there was anyone you met there, anything you had to do, any puzzles you had to solve, anything. Go ahead and make a note of those if you're a note taker. Or you can just enjoy the experience for what it was. Have a happy new year. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have made this a full ritual, a couple other ideas you might want to do for the new year. A lot of people like to pull a tarot card or oracle card to guide them into the new year. If you're into numerology and year cards, I've also talked about that kind of thing in the past, and I might do a video in the future. Again, I've definitely done one for my Patreon channel, so if you're on my Patreon, you can find one of my year card videos from previous years or talk to me about it on Patreon. Or another thing that I plan on doing after I finish recording and post this is to set my intention for the coming year. Not a resolution, not something that I am resolving to do that if I then do not succeed in doing, I will be angry at myself, but an intention for the year. Usually I try to boil it down to one word that's like an energy of something that I want to work with in the coming year. For example, in the past, some of my intentions have been things like love, truth, community, connection. So I haven't actually decided yet what it's going to be for me in 2023. I've got some ideas around, but I'm going to do a deeper ritual tonight at midnight to do that, and I'm going to write it down on a slip of paper and burn it in my cauldron in order to welcome that energy. You can also, of course, burn one and keep one to pin up somewhere, and you put that word everywhere. Word, phrase, a quote for the year that you want to guide you, whatever it is. But I like to come up with something to act as a sort of intention for my new year. So that's another idea for you. And after you stop watching this video, go ahead and finish your ritual however you normally would. Open up your sacred space however you normally would if you have chosen to use that sort of container for this. Thank you very much for watching and or listening. Have a great night. Have a great day. Have a happy new year, and I will see you in 2023. Thank you very much for watching and or listening. I will see you next time. Until then, don't forget to be awesome. Blessed be, and goodbye.